is time to roll. Thanks so much for joining me for your afternoon power hour. You have a different face for your Wednesday afternoon. My name is Christine Dwyer. I am a Superstar Diamond 2 coach. I've been a coach for over 15 years, and many of the top coaches that you follow, and maybe your sponsor or upline, you may be in my upline or downline, is part of my sponsored team, like Janelle Summers and Mindy Lawhorn, Allie Upham, and Christina Sullins, and Julie Boris. They're all my coaches, and we've been here for a long time. Well, today I am switching with one of my top coaches, which is Holly Hireman. She had a scheduling conflict, and she wanted to, and I proposed that we switch, and she'd do Thursday and I do Wednesday. So let's roll. We got lots to do. I want to make sure that you're in the right frame of mind for where we are, first of all, in the end of the month for a goal that you're potentially reaching towards, whether it is Team Cup, whether it is your growth for rank or volume or whatever it is. I want to make sure that you're in the right mindset, and our goal of what we're going to be focusing on today is the foundation and fundamentals for business. It sometimes is a frog for you, meaning, oh, I hate this part. Remember, the things you hate will grow the most in terms of you'll hate more. So just find ways to make it enjoyable and that you feel confident in, and then it becomes exciting. I have no reservations asking someone to check out this business because I know what this business can do. I know what the potential and growth and possibility for it is, but I also know what it does for a person in terms of purpose and community and kind of a heart of servitude. That's kind of where I lead from. So I have no reservations. And if you have a nervousness about it, most of the time it's because you're unsure of what to say if they express any interest at all. So my rule of thumb always is that you make sure you at least have a video presentation which you send people as your go-to. There's multiple options that you can use. Find ones that you connect with the most, and sometimes it depends on the person that you're speaking to. It may have to be a short one, or it can be a longer, more detailed one. It depends on their personality. And so that's what I always like to do is suggest, well, which would you prefer? When I share with someone, which I usually, and we're going to go through some of the strategy of what I say when I'm inviting someone or check and kind of putting the breadcrumb out there to see if they are possibly interested. I'm shaking because I'm drinking my shake right now and I just got done working out, so I'm quivering. Oh, I don't know if you ever have that happen to you too. Okay, so what I'll be sharing that later as we go, but one of the most important things is that you don't send them a link right out the gate without them asking for it. You want to make sure you get that confirmation from them saying, yeah, I'd be interested in checking it out. Awesome. Would you prefer that I send you a quick short info video or a longer, more detailed one? And they'll tell you which one you want. And so make sure that you have it. And here's a couple that you can use. Obviously, Body has a short version and a longer version. Just as a reminder, when you are building your business, yes, you are doing both. You have to progressively go out there and prospect, and you also have to do marketing. What the easier thing is to do is marketing. Ugh, I know. And you're probably like, well, what's that mean? What's that difference? Well, the difference is that with marketing, many times it's easier to just put up social posts, put up stories, and kind of sit back and see who's going to bite, who's going to want to do it with me. And progressively, that wasn't a thing back when I was building my business. So 15 years ago, that wasn't a thing. I was on MySpace. And so we didn't put a post up and see who was interested in our next challenge group. We didn't do that. I built a list, and I progressively sent a really long ass email off to these people telling them everything about this. And how many people said no because I over spoke. So remember, the more you talk sometimes will deter someone off from even looking at it. So let's focus today on the most important things that are going to make a motion in your business maybe 3 months from now. I know. What? Did she just say 3 months? The actions I do today potentially will happen in my business 3 months from now? Yes, that is correct. It is a real challenge, and I'm going to tell you kind of a food for thought for you as we get rolling. You are going to have greater success having someone take action with you, either signing up, purchasing X, Y, and Z. You'll have greater success with them doing that today, tomorrow, next week, if you already have some form of a connection with that person. There's already a level of trust. There's already a life experience connection. It's considered your warm market. Okay. So if you're in these stages right now and we're trying to hit a goal and we're in the end days of the month, as well as who knows where else. Okay. You have to really focus on IRL, in real life. And I don't want you to shy away from it, but you will have greater success when there's a thread of connection. It doesn't have to be exactly your connection. It could be your best friend who's been in your group for a long time. You now are going to ask her for a connection that she has because there's a thread. So see that difference? It doesn't necessarily always need to be it's your hairstylist. Yes, that person could be a person, but it could be a referral thread connection too. So if you need things to happen right away, I'm going to say, as we're doing today's call, focus hard on the IRL people as best you can. And one of the common questions, especially if you've got a lot of touch points out there on social media, is you keep waiting for that person to follow through when they keep saying they're going to, but they don't. Can you depend on that person to make your business or your goals by the end of this month? My bet is going to just say, no, you can't. You basically have to be like this. You have to decide, this person may not. I need to make sure I'm working with the people who may. And so focus a lot on that as we are working hard today. So let's do this right now. We're going to do a warm-up exercise. It's a nice, easy icebreaker one. Oh my gosh, I need my blanket on in a second. I'm so cold right now. Okay. I'm so shaky. Here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to warm it up. I got so much on here that we don't use, by the way. That's why I don't issue out the slides, because there's a lot of junk on here that we don't do. But I am recording this today, and I will put it up on my YouTube channel. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. I want you to just go chat. I just want you to go send a basic message. Nothing to do with your drink, nothing to do with your upcoming challenge, nothing to do with anything at all except that person. And I'm going to give you an example because I just did it 5 minutes before we started. I was searching in our neighborhood's Facebook group for a post that I put up about asking where can I get my son's haircut. And I was searching because I'm trying to find where can I get my son's haircut for that post, and I couldn't find it. But as I was looking through all the pictures that were posted, because I was going through the media, I saw this fitness girl posing, and I was like, oh, what is this post about? Clicked on it, and she just recently posted that she was opening up taking in-home clients for personal training. I go to her page and I look and I don't see anything about being connected to any company. And I send her a message in which I then find out, oh, we had previously chatted before. And I just sent her a message saying, hey, did you ever find a place to teach at? Because she was asking if she could teach at the gym I was teaching at. And that was it. That's all I'm asking her. And I didn't say, so do you want to become a partner? Like, I didn't say that, because what I got to do with her, because she's not my warm market, is I need to just be interested. That's it. I don't need to then pitch. So be careful that you don't just be interested and then pitch. So let's just go be interested in people and go look at their stuff, comment, engage, and just send messages and like and engage. That's all we're going to do for about 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. Okay, so you can stop that activity. That's just a good one to get in the habit with and do when there's a Hulu commercial on. You got 1 minute, 30 seconds. You're sitting there on the couch and you're not doing real family time. Just pick up your phone and start doing some engagement. That's kind of what you think about is where can you just kind of do that kind of activity, the important activity when it comes to social media and algorithm buffing that you want to do. And you want to do that obviously when you are not always on your phone, but find moments where it's not obtrusive. That's just my suggestion. All right, so let's keep going. So here we go. Just because I don't normally talk with you on Wednesdays, and if you've never been with me on Thursdays, this is what I always talk about. If you by chance in your bio on Instagram or on Facebook or any of that, don't worry about all this stuff. If you want to take a screenshot of it and look at it later. But if by chance in your bio you have body coach, Team Beachbody, I love Shakeology. Shakeology is the healthiest meal of the day because Carl says it all the time. Like if you have all those things, you are pushing people away from connecting with you because they immediately will go to you. So your goal being online. So this is kind of our different mindset when we are on social media. If you're not building a business, you're kind of just sharing your pictures and your lifescape as a photo album, in my opinion, right? But if we're here, and you are because you're business building, is you have to do things with intention and with purpose and to really move towards your goal of helping and supporting your target market. And so your goal of the content that you're putting up is to attract someone that doesn't know you. So when you're doing all that engagement, people look at that little picture of you and be like, oh, that person said something really cool. Who are they? And they click and they go over to your page and they immediately say, I love Shakeology. They run for the hills because you already just pushed off and they know you're going to start to tackle them. Okay. So get rid of it. It doesn't need to be there. And I have previously taught that you should have a link there, though, to drive people to sign up for something that I believe is on my YouTube channel, an old Power Hour. But other than that, I'm going to work on that maybe next two Power Hours. I'll do a list building activity again. So let's go and do one of our follow-ups. So I got to get to our follow-up page. Boom, boom, boom. Look at all our stuff. This I just want to show you. What's going to set you apart? Remember, we're all the same. We can sell all the same products. So the products and how great they are and how fun your challenge group is not going to get someone to want to do something with you. What sets you apart? What is your unique difference? How do you do things differently or that people connect with? What is your niche? What is that thing? Like these photos, these pictures, like I brought this here because this is funny. Shalene is one of my friends, and this was at one of her kids' wedding at Brock. And she photoshopped all of our pictures using a filter where we all look the same. Like, look at all of us. We all look exactly the same. And so what's the difference with you? You know, when we're all selling the same stuff, what is going to be your difference? Start speaking that language. Let's go to, we're going to do that one too. Ooh, yeah, we're going to do that one too. Let's go to this one. This one is our following up because follow up today is going to be really important for you to do. We're going to do 2 activities for it because follow up is where it potentially can happen tomorrow. Right? Because you've already had the introduction. They already have an idea of what's going on. So you're not introducing them and educating them and conversations back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. If you are trying to make things happen right now, you need to have this and go through and really make sure that you are following up with people. That means go into your share carts for the people who didn't finish that. Go into your messages and see who has not responded. And here I have to say this because people think that people are ghosting them and it's not necessarily the case. Because look at this. I posted this right here. This was a conversation that I had with one of my new clients. She didn't respond to me for a long time, like a week. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. She messaged me asking me to be her support. I'm confused. And this was it. So again, we always doubt. We always think, okay, you know, this is my fault. I'm the one that's just talking too much or just constantly talking about my shape. It's not always the case. It could be the case. It's not always the case. But this is what her response was. She was just busy. Remember, this is your life. It's not their life. So it's not their job to remember to get back to you. It's not. It's yours. And so you need to think like a business person. So here's a couple ideas of what you could say if you want to follow up with people that you haven't heard from. But another easy thing is if you're really nervous about saying anything to them, then just go message. Like just do the engagement on them. Go send them a funny meme. Ask them a question about a post that they just put up about their life. That's the easy thing you could do. But again, if you want business to happen, you might need to directly ask people and see where they stand. Say, you know what? I got a deadline. What's your deadline? Set a deadline. And guess what? The deadline should not be the 31st at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time, because people don't care about your deadline. So I always give a fake deadline, and optimally we great say by 9 p.m. I'm closing up, adding in new people for my September group, whatever. Set a deadline that's early, because you can always go back and say, oh my gosh, I had one person drop out yesterday. If you still want in, I can add you in right now, tomorrow. Okay, so let's do this activity. Go follow up. Okay, let's wrap up that kind of activity, the ones where you're really looking at the people that you've been following, and they're still not responding. So now we're going to go into another follow up activity, and this one I call the dig. The dig is the ones where you kind of lost up, like you let that fall way deep in the DMs, where there's a lot of messages. Now, this may not be exactly a follow up where you already shared your proposal to them, whether they are looking for a product, whether they're looking to join your group or to look at preferred customer or partner, whatever. That could be it. But I just want to see where you're going to go dig through and recreate more of your contact list. So if you're not keeping track of a contact list of who you've invited or who you need to follow up with, this is a good time to make sure that this catches it. So you're going to go and dig. You're going to go through your DMs. You're going to go through your Facebook messages, the filtered ones, the message requests. It's also known as, I should probably put that, message request. They keep changing it, I think. I don't know. Your inbox. I use Streak or whatever list management site that you use. Old comments, because you know what? I hate it, but sometimes you have to put up a post where you say, put in the comments a fire emoji if you want me to reach out. Ugh, you got to reference those things over and over again, then, right? Because you just told them to only comment. And sometimes we don't see those notifications. So maybe you got to dig through your comments, go through your share cards, go through your list and your Facebook list. But my suggestion is to make sure that you're going to follow up. And I'm saying you can ask for partnering, but it could be about a product or your group or whatever you're promoting. Again, whatever you're promoting and wanting to make have happen this month. Go and ask them, how can we reconnect? What do you need from me? Or how can I help you move forward towards this goal? That's your thing. This is called the dig. Start digging. You're going to have about 7, 8 minutes to do this. And when you find someone that you have lost connecting back with, I need you to write their name down and put it on whatever follow-up list that you're going to keep in touch with.
Go over here. Okay. Ah.
Okay, let's wrap up that activity. Put a little pin in what you're doing. And as we move on, this is going to be our next strong step. This is going to be an invite, and it's going to be one that you just do right quick. It's going to be a voice memo, whether that's going to be a voice memo by text to someone that you have their phone number, or it's going to be a Facebook Messenger voice memo, which, by the way, if you're using your computer and you're doing a voice memo on Messenger over there, you got a 1 minute timeline before it shuts you off, right? So if you use your phone using the mobile messenger on Facebook Messenger, you have a longer time. I don't know why it does that, but it is. And then if you're using DMs to send voice memos, you got that 1 minute timeline too. So be careful of that. Watch it. And that's going to be a good training actually for you to get your spiel, if you will. So I'm going to invite you to, at least in this time here, I'm just looking at our clock to see how long we should do this for. And I want you to at least try to send at least three voice memos. So before you start, identify who you're going to reach out to personally, and who's that person. Go to your list. So go to your list right now. You know that you should be working off of. Let's talk about it quick, because this is important, that as you are building your business, you have these things. It's coming. It's right there. Okay. Your daily focus should always be these three things. So notice I didn't say put up an amazing social media post. Notice I didn't say go chat in a Facebook group. It's not. Okay? Your team, Facebook, they're there. If you're building your business, 80 to 90% of your time and activity of what you do should be self-business building. So about the remaining percent is the marketing, the team support, the check-ins and stuff like that. Because in your business, in the beginning of your business, you may not have a lot of customers and you may not have a lot of people. So why are you spending so much time talking to a few people? You should be focusing on you to build. Okay. And it changes as you grow and get bigger. But you should be always doing these three things every day. You should always be working on lead generation in multiple capacities. You should have a master contact list that you generate through a master memory jogger. All the people ever in your life or that you've ever thought of is going on this list. You then also have an opt-in list, meaning that people give you their email for something. So you should have that established. You should be always searching on social media and adding contacts by, like that person I just ran into on that Facebook group today. She's going on my list. So she's going to be someone that I'm going to continue to stay in her space. I'm not going to propose anything yet to her. I just want to be supportive of her. And then local connections. Start thinking locally. Like, where do you go? Who does your friend know, or who's an association of the sports team? Like all of that connection. The other thing you always do is invitation. You're always going to be inviting from your weekly working list. So that means from your master list of names every week, and we have power hours that help you do this, is you should look at that list and pick off how many people you're actually going to personally reach out to this week. You should be going to your opt-in list and private messaging those people as well. You should be inviting from your social media contacts, and you should be inviting from existing customers, referrals. We talked about that. So this is an important step right now. If you want to get your goals to meet, referrals are going to be strong as well. Then the last thing you always do every day is following up with all of your invites, following up with your share cards, and following up with existing customers. So this is every day. So that is what the majority of what your time is doing. So now let's go back to our voice memo, and we're going to go to our working list, right? Or go to your social media list, whoever it is that you were talking to, and you are going to send a message. I'll put this graphic that I have, I call it the 5-point quick chat. Sarah Kaufeld is on this Power Hour. She's one of my coaches. And I want to say years ago when I was teaching this method, she goes, there's a guy who's teaching that same method. And I was like, really? Who is that? And she said, Eric Worre. And I was like, really? What is that? And I didn't even have his book yet, the GoPro. And I was like, oh, let me go look. And it was the same concept. But do you know where the 5-point quick chat came to my mind was, keep it simple. What would I want to hear? Like, I don't want someone to tell me a big, fluffy, long story. I just want to know the basics. And the basics are always this. One, when you're reaching out to someone, say, hey, I'm reaching out because of X, Y, and Z. Like, why? Why are you reaching out? Because I'm putting together a group for September of ladies who are trying to get back in shape after having a baby. And I'm reaching out to you because I know you just had a baby and you've been talking to me about you got to start something. I think this would be the perfect time for you. That was point 2. Identify what would be a reason why they should consider it. 3, do you want me to send you my PDF that I have about what the group's about, or the video talking about becoming a partner with Body? Do you want me to send you that thing? 4, this is one of the most important parts, is negate it. Take it away from them. Say, you know what, and I'm totally okay if you don't think this is the right time for you or this is not up your alley. I'm totally okay with it. Because that's you taking it away from them, that they actually might want it more, but it also takes away them feeling like, oh, she got me stalking me all the time. Tupperware, Tupperware. That takes that away. And then the 5th is you setting a follow-up time frame of when you're going to follow back with them on that topic. So that's the 5-point quick chat. And I'll put this little graphic that I have in the chat so you can save it. But here's what you want to do. Send this by voice. And it's easiest if you can get in the habit of doing this every day that you're working your business when you don't have time. What do I mean by that? Well, I had to just drive to the high school today, or the senior high today, to drop off my son's ID because he forgot it. That was a 15-minute drive out and a 15-minute drive back. I can easily just pick up the voice memo while I'm driving and send off a quick message to Judy. And then on the way home, I can send off a quick message to Karen. Pick it in the times where you don't have a lot of time, and that's how you lead. I don't have much time right now. I'm just dropping off my son's ID, but you popped in my mind because I'm actually putting together a group in September for ladies who just had babies. Ladies who just had babies. Wouldn't that be a great challenge group? Ladies who just had babies. All right, you ready? Go do this activity. I want to see it in the comments how many people you completed in our time. Okay. Wrap it up. I'll talk quiet just in case you're sending a message. Let us know in the comments how many people you sent a voice memo to. And, once you get in that habit, I just reread this over. And, I always kind of tweak my mindset. Honestly, this one right here is a pretty easygoing message. Like if you don't sound desperate when you're talking to people. Who said? Ooh, Sarah. She's got 2 so far. Keep it going. If you don't sound desperate and you chill, like take a deep breath. There's a couple different things you need to do when you are about to talk to someone, first of all. 2. 1, just take a deep breath. Like I'm a fitness instructor, I'm very good at teaching you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and let it out. The second thing you need to do is, it's actually 3 things. Second thing, smile while you're talking. I know it seems kooky, but it is the best thing you could do when you're sending a voice audio. I will read this twice. I'll read the top one without a smile, and I'll read the second one with a smile. You're going to see the difference. The third thing you need to do, generate energy. You need to generate energy. You are a professional working a business, marketing, and selling. You're a salesperson. You are. Salespeople need to have energy. Think of a time that you were working to purchase something. You wanted it, but the salesperson was uninterested in you. They had low energy. They were off-putting. Did you want to give them your money? No. You don't. All right. No smile. Hey, Pam, I only got a few minutes before I get to my appointment, but I wanted to reach out as I'm putting together a Fit Club accountability challenge. Right? I can read that same thing with a smile. Hey, Pam, I only got a few minutes before I get to my appointment, but I wanted to reach out as I'm putting together a Fit Club accountability challenge. Same thing. Sounds different. So think about it and keep doing that. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is this will be a social media power post. And this one is one that will live. It's a good idea to put up a post like this every once a week, maybe if you can. You need to have a strong, inviting post up on your social media at least once a week, okay? Because people are looking at those first 6 to 9 tiles on your page. And so you want to have one that at least lives there about every week or so, that is inviting people directly to the partnership of being with Body. And think about your first line, the first line of what you say. And I'm going to tell you straight out, I am not perfect. I am constantly trying to fix my bio because I think my bio is stupid, but I keep trying to fix it. Our goal is that when someone reads your bio, they can see who you are and what they're going to get from you to think about going to your page every day. Think of it that way. Why would someone get up in the morning and before they get out of bed, like me, this is what I do every morning. I wake up, I'm not a talker in the morning. I hate it when my husband wants to come and talk because I'm not a talker. I wake up and before I get out of bed, I got time. I look up because my clock is portrayed on the ceiling. That's a habit. I got time. So I go through and I get the daily news on Snapchat. I go and quick look at some people's stories and stuff. Like I kind of putz around in there. Well, think about that person who just wakes up, who's just like me, and they want to search your feed. They want to go to your page to see what you posted recently. Are they going to do that? And again, I'm not perfect. I'm trying my best as well. But your bio shouldn't say all the things about you. Your bio should be talking about them. Why do they want to come to your page? And then just kind of look at the tiles to see, where are you talking about them. Some of the things, like the hooks that I've used, I used best online strategy. What was another one? Oh, this one was a good one. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see video right now, but it's a picture of me stretching. And my hook was, I don't have time for this, because I really don't. This was talking about how 6-7 years ago, I used to go to the high school track and spend 2 to 3 hours there every day. Like, what was it? How did I do that? I don't know how I did that. think it was only because I was teaching at the gym twice a week. I think that was the only reason I had all that time. So you need to put up a power post that lives. And here's a good formula to follow for the caption. So take a screenshot of this. We are done for the day. Thanks for joining me on a Wednesday. I'm going to post this over on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go to my YouTube channel, it is just my name at Christine Dwyer. And I've got some old power hours on here as well. Here's another one. So you can see which ones are the power hours if you ever want to just come and do one. But thanks for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you guys, all of you that stayed. And we'll see you maybe on my original power hour times. Bye.